Welcome Bourbon Brass and Beyond. Tonight Bob and Dan try Michter's Toasted Barrel and Small Batch US1, as well as Shenk's Bourbon. Please like and subscribe on whichever platform you are listening on.
Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
And welcome back to Bourbon Brass and Beyond.
Yeah, as we go.
Another fun day.
Oh, it's been cold again today. Kids were late to school.
2-hour delay. Boardman kind of called it late.
Yeah.
I
wasn't up yet. Or you guys probably were because your kid, yeah, you go early.
Yeah. So actually, Mallory and Logan actually went out to the bus stop.
Oh, really?
And then she's like, hey, I got
a text.
So,
yeah, that's the way it goes sometimes, I guess.
Yeah. Tonight, I'm a little excited.
Yeah.
I did break the seal on the Shenks a couple days ago, and it's really nice.
Good.
So I think this Michter's lineup is going to be a nice little start.
Small batch and limited release sour mash, toasted barrel finish sour mash.
Perfect. That's the lowest proof one.
Start there.
Yeah, 86. Michter's, I think, is it's interesting. I mean, I feel like they produce a lot of the bourbon that's out there now.
Yeah, we're seeing it a ton on special releases and just floating around out there.
Yeah, the MGP, anything that's, seems like anything that's produced in Indiana.
Yeah.
It's going to be an MGP product.
Not bad.
No. Nice and sweet. Not real spicy.
Yeah.
Fruit.
I think I'm getting some stone fruit in there too, yeah.
Yeah. It's probably the rye. So Michter's, they have their normal line, the small batch and the sour mash. They also have a 10-year, a 20-year, 25-year.
When I've always heard, we don't have it here, but I've always heard that their rye is kind of their 10-year rye is the gateway to rye. So
they also do Baumburgers.
Shanks.
So the company started as Shanks in 1753.
Jeez. One of the OGs.
Yeah. Pennsylvania rye. In the mid-1800s, it was bought by a Baumburger.
Yeah.
Renamed. And then after Prohibition, it was bought by a gentleman, renamed it Michter's, naming it after his sons, Michael and Peter.
Okay.
So that's where he came up with the name.
Not a crazy bite on it.
Nice oak finish on it. I get a lot of the caramel right off the bat, right on the tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Goes about halfway back, and then it kind of just drops off.
It does have a little bit of bite to it, I guess. But, I mean, nothing crazy like some of the others that we've seen.
No, but and this is a neck pour, so that could be part of it too. But
yeah,
it's a real nice, pleasant.
Oh, yeah.
Bourbon.
Curious to see how it sits with everything else.
So Steph got the dogs a new toy.
Not anymore.
That's supposed to be indestructible. And I think the dogs are proving it otherwise.
Yes. Was it that one? Because that's the one that, yeah.
Yes. They've already ripped its head off. That's fantastic.
They're always supposed to be indestructible.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I would say this is a great sipping. I would agree. Bourbon.
Yeah.
And I like the char. I like the toasted barrel. I always think the toasted barrels give it a little bit more of a nice,
extra
deep sweetness. And
I'll agree. And when you see those things toasted, like when they're making those barrels, it's crazy how just sweet and vanilla-y and they really are. And I like it.
Yeah.
Different,
but
not bad different.
No. And the rye is not overpowering that's in it. It's a little more bready.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I'd say it's decent. So this is the Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Okay.
This one's 91 proof. Same as the Shanks. They do a lot of lower proofs.
Yeah. I assume that's just them stretching it at this point, or, I mean, it's not going in that low of a proof.
Right. So I think their advertisement was to make it a softer drink.
Okay.
Which to me means so they can
stretch it out
a little bit.
Yeah.
Valuing the currency.
Yeah. I mean, that's not a bad pour, though. I mean,
no.
Whether it's 91 or 101 or 111,
no, that's a great sipping bourbon.
This one's dramatically different. Like, I don't get it's a weedy almost.
Right. I get a lot more of the rye. I think that the toasted, that char takes a lot of that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like the difference between the Seahawks and the...
It was ugly.
Oh, man.
I didn't watch any of the second half. Did you?
We came back after the halftime party, and Steph and I sat down and we watched the rest of the game.
Yeah. I took the kids to bed and I was done. I don't think I missed much. I mean, there was more scoring, but...
I mean, the Patriots looked like they had some life in them in the fourth quarter, but up until that point...
It was ugly.
It was lights out defense all day.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I mean, That was impressive.
Well, that's always the explanation, right? Defense wins championships. And I mean, if you just using the first half as the barometer, it was ugly.
Yeah.
You said that you thought that this one evened it out and smoothed it out a little bit. And I think that after a couple of sips, I think you're exactly right.
Even though it's a few percentage points less than proof.
Yeah. It's not enough to make a difference.
Yeah.
But it is a smoother taste on it.
And you get more of the sweetness farther back in the mouth. Whereas this one, I like the nose a little better.
On this one?
On this one.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that. It was good, though.
They're both good.
I think they're very similar taste, same profile. I mean, obviously, I think this one's a little bit more mellowed.
It's got great legs.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Yeah.
And it's not like a watery feel either.
No.
It's got a good finish.
Yeah. And it holds.
This is the 2025 release
of
Shenk's. And
this one was a newer release to Ohio, right? Like it came out this year, if I remember right. I think this might be a second time around.
Couple weeks.
I think it was around once earlier this year, though.
So I get a lot more heat off the one we just had. I feel that Kentucky hug compared to the toasted barrel finish.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. This one's even sweeter than the other two.
Yes, to like an orange peel.
It's a little bit lighter looking than the other two, maybe though too. It's tough to tell because the shape of the barrel.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, that last one is a little hotter.
Oh yeah, yeah. Toasted barrel makes a difference apparently.
Oh, that smells so good.
Yeah, it does.
Definitely getting the butterscotch, getting the little bit of caramel, vanilla, a little more of the rye.
Yeah, I was saying that's what I pull on it. I think the nose is a little bit better than the last one. I don't know about better than the toasted, but I'm sorry. This nose was really, really nice, but it was sharp, and this one's similar.
I'm getting more orange out of it.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
A little bit of cinnamon, baking spice.
I think they're all running together for me.
I feel like the flavor stays farther back, stays a little longer.
Yeah, I think that's true. I think in terms of flavor, they're all really, really close for me.
And this is in Ohio. This was a $99 bottle.
Yeah, I think this one was too. Maybe not quite. Maybe it's a 69. I don't remember.
And this one's just a shelfer.
Yeah. The nose on this.
Yeah. I don't think there's an age statement on this.
No, that's what I was looking at on the other one. I didn't see it on the barrel or on the toasted barrel either. It's got a good warm flavor to it though. I mean, not as sweet as some of the stuff that we touch on, but I mean, a very good, clean flavor profile. I think that it sits well.
I get the pepper. You do that Kentucky chew. And you swish it around, you get a lot of that orange flavor.
Yeah. That's what I noticed the most. I agree.
That's really pleasant. It is a pleasant, good mouthfeel. And then that flavor just lasts.
Yeah, it really does. I was just thinking the same thing. Like, it's sitting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think might have been the best. I mean, I think flavor-wise, yeah.
Yeah, palate.
Come back around to it. It is much more mellow than these others.
I think. I mean, I'm a sucker for a toasted barrel finish.
I mean, out of this, I think it's not my favorite nose, but I'll tell you what, I think the flavor was smoothest, cleanest, I guess.
And probably with the rye, that less proof helps a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, I really enjoy the orange that I pick up in the Shenk's.
Yeah, I think the nose was really good on that one.
Yeah, much more of the char.
Nice, even finish on it, too.
Yeah, you don't get that pepper bite on the tongue.
Yeah.
Boy, that's a toss-up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, not a bad night.
No.
Not a bad pour.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I mean, they were all good. I don't know if I would go out of my way to follow up with another. You hear me say this, we're pretty spoiled, but.
We are. But I don't think they're at MSRP.
Yeah. I mean, none of these are. Yeah. I would agree.
So if you find them at MSRP, I would say get one because it's worth trying.
Yeah.
I don't think.
We don't see the outer two all that much here, but.
No, but the Shenks, I've seen it on the secondary. I've seen it in Indiana.
Yeah.
You know, and they want $290 for it.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. $100 bottle is a whole lot different.
And it's like this. If you've never tried it, and this is what you want to try, do it.
Do it. Yeah.
But
I would agree with this.
Otherwise,
it's a good pour. Don't get me wrong. It's not that I disliked it, but I mean, if you can see, again, I think the toasted is a really good sipper.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
I'd agree. Yeah, that would be a hard one. I like both.
Yeah.
And I like both of them more than the.
Yeah, I would agree with this. Yeah.
Bourbon.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
So
it's tough.
This week, what do you got going on? Anything big?
No, actually, this is hopefully a quiet week for us. We'll see. This weekend, hopefully quiet. Lisa's traveling next week. It's going to be next week and the week after will be super, super busy for us.
Are you going to that Valentine's night?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are too.
Yeah.
And then the weekend after that,
We're busy.
we're busy. We are heading down to Log Still Distillery and getting to sit down with Wally.
It's going to be awesome.
Dan,
I'm excited.
the president and founder of Log Still. And I don't know if you saw it today, but today they came out with a Homestead single barrel.
No, I did not. Nice.
So they were writing out the
And they're on
labels.
their own juice now too, which is the nice part. Yeah.
So I'm hoping that
Shh, don't jinx it.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
we can try that one.
Yeah. I'm excited for it. Be a cool trip.
Yeah, it will. But other than that, if you have any questions, send us a comment or a message. We can talk about any of these bourbons or any of the other ones we've done on podcasts. Like, subscribe, follow along, leave reviews, 5 stars.
Yeah, always.
And please, if there's anything we can do more, let us know. We appreciate it.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a great night.
Thanks for listening and watching. Please like and give 5 stars. If you have any comments or feedback, please shoot us a message. Visit our website at www.bourbonbrassandbeyond.com. Thank you for all of your support.